Yes, hello folks, welcome back. I am hoping you're doing well, whatever you are. Now, Karish wants a new vote count. He's saying that there was no way Hamudende won the by-election. Now, Justin Muturi, the DP leader, is saying that he has strong evidence and the country is going to be shocked.
Yakifanywa, you know? Blatant violation of not just the laws governing elections, but the supreme law of the land, the Constitution. Why would the Constitution provide that voting shall be by secret ballot? And nobody wants to follow that. I'm not giving evidence, because that will come in the appropriate forum. Yeah, we will be providing that evidence. Lakini kwa sababu lazima vita tuendelee kupigana.
Wants to show the country how Ruto and his brigade changed everything to make Hamudende win the by-election. And he's saying that Ruto was desperate to get back to the Mount Kenya region. And that explains why, after the election, what happened? The following day, Ruto went to Kiambu to actually insult Gachagua.
Dalili ya mvua ni nini? Dalili ya mvua ni nini? Muliona uchaguzi mdogo jana? Muliona vile tuliwaosha? Muliona vile tuliwaosha?
So it was something that looked planned. Yes. Now, I want us to go through 6 points here that shows indeed there must have been a problem in the by-election. Remember, it is believed that the Form 34A, there is the real Form 34A that has this clear winner. But the winner, Hamudende, was not from the real Form 34A. Now, let us quickly go through the 6 points that shows indeed that can prove Karish's case. One, there was early station leads flipped. For example, Karish was ahead in 40 chaotic stations from Gitburi, Kanyua, Bora until night tallying began. It reminds me of the year 2007. You see, the year 2007, those people were there, or those people remember. The year 2007, what happened? Raila was leading in so many big cities or towns or counties, but at the time there are no counties. Then people were sure that Raila Odinga was going to be the president. What happened? In Siku, Esabika, people were shocked like, hey, how did Raila come number 2? And Raila was leading from day 1. From the first hour, results were streaming in. So Karish was ahead in 40 chaotic polling stations. Until ikafika usiku hesabu ikaanza. That's when things began going south. And Gachagua had earlier on said that there were 15,000 ballot papers zinakuwa marked for hoteli.
Iebc has given ballot papers to government agencies that have been pre-marked, and the officers in civilian, their work is to figure out how to get the pre-marked ballots into the ballot box. In Mbeere, for example, Mbeere North, 15,000 pre-marked ballots are being distributed now in a hotel 2 kilometers from Ebu town, where Kindiki is supervising. And these officers have been instructed to go to the polling stations, some pretending to be agents, others to be observers, others to be keeping security. The plan in Mbeere North is that 1,500 gangsters from Kayole and Kambura in Kikuyu are in Mbeere. And their mission is to create chaos outside the polling stations.
And za kutransportiwa kwa polling stations at night. Yes, that explains why, I even remember the Ruku was chased from one polling station, and the members there were actually protecting Karish's vote. Lakini, it happened. Number two, there's missing or unsigned Form 34As. You see, several violence hit stations never uploaded scans to Iebc portal. Perfect cover for swaps. Pale penye kulikuwa na vita, zile Form 34A uploadiwa. Why were they not uploaded? You see, the government can blame, violence. But what is the work of police? Is to guard the polling station. So, this violence erupted. Probably it was planned. Yes, because kukiwa na vita, kunakuwa na confusion. And with the confusion, anything can happen. And Muturi and Gachagua wanasema kwamba hiyo violence was some of it was actually planned for create confusion, but some violence was from the opposition side protecting the votes za Karish. And that's how it happened. So number 3, ballot books allegedly jumped numbers. Bruce says this is 2017 rigging playbook. Mtule mada reveal what happened in 2017. Remember 2017, Raila Odinga alipiga kura. Na hii ni kweli. In fact, the country is sure about 2017. Why? Because the Supreme Court itself ilipata evidence kwamba Raila had won, lakini Uhuru aliiba kura Raila Odinga. And what happened? Maraga nullified the victory ya Uhuru Kenyatta. And that led to a new round. But Raila declined, akasema hawezi enda kwa round nyingine election kama Chebukati no chairman, because the same thing will happen. And that prompted Raila to withdraw from the race. Na Uhuru akafurahi, Uhuru aka compete peke yake. The same way Mama Samia Tanzania alicompete peke yake. That's what happened. Sorry for that. It's a bit history of what happened in 2017. So Muturi said that the tactic that was used in 2017 is the same tactic that was used here in Mbeere North. So let me tell the tactic. Ballot books allegedly jumped numbers. Numbers that jumped out of nowhere, I'm telling you. A tactic that was used in 2017. Do you believe it's true? Anyway. Goons. Alright, so there's one thing I'll be talking about here. You see, the difference between votes za Mudende na za Karish ilikuwa ni 500 up. 500 or 494. So let's think that the difference, too clean a margin after UDA trade all day, screams manual adjustment at constituency level. You see, Omudende alikuwa number 2. Dhole, ilipofika usiku, miraculously, akashinda Newton na 500 votes. You see? Those are some of the key points that the opposition is preparing to go to court with. Yes. And again, you see 500 votes, It's a small margin. And anyone can be tempted to think that the winner might not be the winner. Because 500 votes, 500, and I can do something inflated. No, something just, it's a small margin. I'm not saying that's not possible. It's very possible to win Noshine Mozako na 500 votes. But 500 votes shows the race was tight. Even in the year 2022, Ruto and Raila Odinga na some 300, 400,000 votes. If I did not get the number right, the numbers right, kindly comment and tell me. But I remember it was not a big number. And that prompted people to think that this number might have been inflated. But the thing is, it's very possible to win by that small margin. That's what it is. But that's all. So goons cleared the way. Shots fired, agents chased, boxes allegedly stuffed when observers fled. Goons waliingia pale, unaona, bunduki zikapigwa sana. Of course, that prompted observers wakimbie. Hata unaweza kimbia. Where life is involved, you have to escape. And they said that was a chance for the government kupeleka zile marked ballot papers kwa hizo polling station. Then from there, counting began. So they're saying that the counting was for the marked ballot papers that were not the real votes. Do you think it's true? Anyway, so there's even a figure of 600 million that was spent there. They say that the government bribed so many people with this 600 million. So you see, 600 million Kenya shillings kwa by-election ya mbunge mmoja. That's a huge figure. Because I understand even when you want to run for a governor in Nairobi or in Mombasa, maybe the most you can spend is 200 million. I remember in Mombasa, the governor alitumia 200 million. In fact, 200 is even more. Even 100 million. Some even use 50 million. Some even 30 million. But when you see a government spending 600 million Kenyan shillings just to win a member of parliament seat, it tells you a lot of, it makes you ask yourself questions like, how important was the seat to the government? Kwani ilikuwa na umuhimu gani whereby you are ready to use almost $1 billion for just one member of parliament? Yes, of course, I'm not shocked because the by-election was a planned thing and Ruto just wanted to get back to the Mount Kenya people. He wanted to humiliate Gachagua. He wanted to catapult, Kindiki, a kingpin wa Mount Kenya. He wanted to make Kindiki undisputed kingpin of Mount Kenya. That's why we are even so, what up to mattress, blanketi, manguo, mavyombo, masukuma wiki, manini, things happened there. So guys, tell me what you think. Anyway, at the end of the day, the court will decide, okay? If the evidence is strong enough to show that indeed there was rigging, of course, it will be cancelled. Because even in 2017, the world was shocked to hear that Uhuru's win was cancelled. So it is possible, because the courts ought to be very fair. The courts can't be compromised. Huh? Yes, they are not to be compromised. They will deliver a fair verdict. So if the evidence is credible, the by-election in Mbeere North will be repeated. Yes. So it says that there is a real Form 34A that is actually going to show the real winner. And there are videos showing how everything went down. Do you think so? Just subscribe, comment, share. Make sure that you follow this channel so that you always get these contents as soon as I put them online. Thank you. If you love politics, then Dr. Politica is your cup of tea. The place for minds that think. If you are watching this from anywhere else, search the name, hit subscribe, and stay sharp with us. Thank you for making Dr. Politica your home for fearless political truth. Every view, every like, every share fuels the fire behind the hours of research, filming, and editing we pour into each episode. By showing up consistently, you don't just support a channel, you empower a voice in a world ruled by headlines, spin, and power games. You remind us that real people still care about real facts. We are here to inform, inspire, and ignite critical thinking, not just for today, but for generations to come. You are not just a viewer, you are the reason this platform exists.
Thank you.